In the wider scheme, it's short-term profits that empower them to be the only financial group left standing at the end of this situation. And that's not my opinion. Everything we talked about 13, 14, 15 years ago has now happened. Not because I'm a psychic, not because I'm a gypsy with a traveling road show here or reading tarot cards. It's a globalist blueprint. When I get up here and tell you they're putting sterilants in vaccines, I have the Rockefeller Foundation documents linked to them on the website. When I tell you the government knows that sodium fluoride brain damages you, reduces IQ, causes cancer, they had studies in the 20s on that. They know what they're doing. They're pure evil. Nothing's going to get better till we remove these crooks.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Listen up, friends. This is Alex Jones with key information. The mainstream media is now admitting that we're going into a depression. Don't be dependent on the government for you and your family. You need to get your own supply of high-quality storable foods from efoodsdirect.com. They're the best company out there, the longest continually operating, with a ton of great food to choose from. It's all fresh and made on a monthly basis, not some old cruddy food they're selling you like some of the other guys. Try their new evacuation pack, a 2-week supply of delicious, easy-to-fix food. It comes with all the equipment you need to prepare it. With open talk of a strike on Iran in the next 3 months, the crisis in the Gulf, and possible evacuations, get yourself and your family ready today. The place to go is efoodsdirect.com. Go to their website online right now, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, or call 800-409-5633. Again, on the web, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, or give them a call at 800-409-5633.
You may be arrested and/or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship, body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, this radio broadcast is funded by you. Spreading the word about the broadcast, that's the main mission. Reaching new people, shattering the left-right paradigm, people who are in the controlled left or controlled right, once they really hear the truth historically, once they see the globalist own statements, once they see the information covered in my films and my books, they awaken. The power of the Obama deception being seen now more than 30 million times in the last year and a half, shattering the left-right paradigm, is everywhere. The power of Fall the Republic being seen close to 10 million times for free. And that's just on the web, not counting the hundreds of thousands of people that have been given hard copies. Please buy Obama Deception, Fall the Republic, Invisible Empire, New Order Defined. Make copies of them. Give them to everyone you know. And when they see it, they will know the truth. They will see the globalist own documents, their own statements, where they explain their program. They think you're stupid. They think you won't go research their own statements, so they communicate with each other in public. Like Brzezinski saying, look, we're in trouble. The New World Order has global resistance like it's never had. There is a worldwide awakening. But they're counter-striking. We've got to accelerate that. I mean, here's a clip from Fox News yesterday, or actually this morning, where they're talking to two former Obama supporters, and they say, I've shattered the left-right paradigm. I've woken up to this. The same bankers that ran Bush run Obama. This is a takeover. They finally are getting it everywhere, and the system doesn't know what to do. And so Gallup and others have major reports out this week that just came out over the weekend saying, look, and the Republican Party leadership's talking about this. They said, look, Republicans are going to get into power, but they're going to instantly be removed if they don't stop all the banker bailouts and all the corruption. And the people are awake. And so anti-incumbent Democrats are winning in primaries. Anti-incumbent Republicans are beating all the Republicans in every case but Rick Perry in scores of cases. The system is in deep trouble. That's why they want to start World War III. I want to get into a bunch of news. But first, here is a short clip from Fox Television today.
What kind of hope and change,
go ahead,
with regard to the job market, Tatiana, did you expect?
I expected way more change, but now doing the research, I realized that Obama is an illusion of change. He's a lot like Bush in many ways, and he's a lot like Bush in many ways. And
in what way? It's
a fallacy to actually believe that he cares about unemployment when he hired an economic team that's comprised of Volkner, Geithner, and it just shows you that that these men were in the past 3 administrations, and they don't really care for the poor and the working class of this nation. But I'm not really I'm not so much disappointed in Obama. I'm also disappointed with the Republicans and the American citizens. Far too many Americans keep falling for this left-right paradigm when the power structure at the top of both parties is corrupt. They're both sold to the bankers and the corporate interests.
Okay, and Mike, I know that one thing that really troubled you was that it started to dawn on you that maybe the young people actually will be paying.
It's everywhere.
For a lot of these.
The awakening is just massive. By the way, we didn't edit that video. We were streaming it live from Fox website, and it was cutting out. But it's just everywhere. It's everywhere that this awakening is taking place, and it's game over. When you realize there's an ultra-powerful criminal cartel of private corporations that don't like the free market, that don't like you owning your own business, that don't like you owning your own restaurant or your own farm or ranch, that don't want you owning your own record label, that don't want you owning your own firearms company, when you realize they're monopoly men and that competition is a sin to them, as the founder of the Rockefeller dynasty said, it's game over. The moment people actually get it and realize we have this shadowy corporate elite represented by the Bilderbergs, the CFR, and others, it's over. And that's what Ron Paul has said, and I agree with him, that once you identify the Federal Reserve as a private criminal group, they can get their kept Congress that they own. They can have them give them more power, but it's short-lived as they try to pass laws saying they're allowed to steal money. Well, they passed laws saying black people weren't humans, but folks stood up against that. They can pass a law saying I've got to worship the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but it doesn't mean I have to worship the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. There are innate, organic, common sense laws to the universe and innate rights that I have given to me by my Creator, not given to me by Barack Obama or George W. Bush, and they themselves are front men. And there's no doubt if I could talk to that young woman, she's seen the Obama deception. Word for word, she's quoting it. She's got it. And we're seeing this everywhere. It's explosive. And the system has the NSA. They have the tracking and surveillance. They knew the effect this radio show, my films, and the websites were having years ago before we even realized it. I mean, I knew we were having a big effect, but folks, now I literally can't walk my dog. I can't go in a restaurant. I can fly anywhere in the country. I can go anywhere, and cars stop on the road, and 2, 3, or 4 of them will back up. Every time I see police in Austin, they run over and say, we're awake, we know it's all true. You told us about world government, and now it's admitted. All because I stood for the truth, and I continued to just lay out the facts. I continued to tell the truth and didn't care if people made fun of me. And then it came true. Everything we talked about began to unfold. And black people, Democrats, cops, Hispanics, white folks, farmers, it doesn't matter. They're all starting to really figure out how the world really works. The hoax, the illusion is disappearing. I'm nothing special. It's like the emperor's new clothes. The emperor, if you read the fable, it's fiction. It's a allegory for life. For those that don't know the story, I'll briefly tell it, and then I'm going to get into the news and your calls. The emperor had these con artists come to town, and they said, we're going to weave you a beautiful cloak of gold, but it's so beautiful that only the upright and intelligent and genius can see the cloak. And the emperor got called in. He paid all this money, all these jewels for it, and they said, here is your cloak. And he didn't see anything, but he didn't want to admit that he was profane, that he was dumb, that he wasn't enlightened, because only the enlightened could see the beautiful coat. And I'm paraphrasing the story. It's been years. Guys, will you pull up the actual parable of the emperor's new clothes? Maybe we should link to it on Infowars.com. The point is that then they sold him several other cloaks, underwear, pants, his undershirt, and then he had a parade a few months later, totally naked. But none of his advisors wanted to admit he was naked and get in trouble. Nobody wanted to be the first person to wonder why he was naked. So in plain view, he was walking through the city square at a parade, and a 2-year-old boy stepped forward and laughed and said, the emperor is naked. The emperor is wearing no clothes. And then everyone else started laughing. Everyone else started pointing. And he turned red and got embarrassed and ran back inside. And I'm like the 2-year-old. They're in the news telling us torture's good. Then they get caught doing it. Then they indict the people they ordered to do it. Then Bush comes out and says he ordered it and would order it again, but they sent people to prison that did it. They're giving people vaccines that are causing convulsions and brain damage, admittedly everywhere, a 10-fold increase. It's an admitted fraud, but they're back with the emperor's clothes again. And more of us are pointing out it's a fraud. They lied about WMDs. They're back lying about Iran again. They lied to us about GMO food being good for us when every study shows it's deadly. They told us Prozac stops suicide when they now admit it increases suicide. They lied to us and said big government was good. They lied to us and said they weren't taking babies' blood at birth 38 years ago. Now it's admitted they have been secretly. They told us getting rid of Glass-Steagall Act wouldn't hurt the economy and that the banks wouldn't sell derivatives, and they did and destroyed the economy. They told us NAFTA and GATT was going to be great. It's so simple when you have a historical context. If you are as informed about history and society, and it's incredibly entertaining, incredibly addictive, incredibly riveting. The real world's truth is stranger than fiction, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot more interesting. Guys, can somebody get me a water? My throat's really dry. Thank you. Thank you. It is a lot more interesting to truly be involved and informed and have your knowledge exponentially increase and know how things work and know how people work and know how society operates. Because once you do, you realize most people are still completely blind, unconscious, don't know what's going on. And then instead of being like the globalists, using the fact that they're in the dark to control them and to manipulate them for your own gain, that's what evil does, to take blinders off people's eyes, off their souls, to see them expand their awakening and understanding like a seed sprouting and growing into a mighty oak tree. To see the effect I've had in 15 years and the effect that others that came before me had.